You're back. Same house. Same couch. Same man in the kitchen, filling 2 glasses of water. Like it's always been his job to care for you quietly. He doesn't say your name, doesn't ask why you're here. He just turns, and when he hands you the glass, your fingers touch, and neither of you lets go, because something between you finally did. The door clicks softly behind you. You've already kicked off your shoes, dropped your bag. The porch light's still on. It smells the same in here, like warm wood and clean laundry, and something you can't quite name. Memory, maybe. Safety. You didn't plan to come back. You weren't sure you were allowed to, but your body brought you here anyway. And he's still here. Of course he is, because he always has been. You grew up in this house, not literally, but emotionally. Sleepovers, summer dinners. The night your heart broke for the first time. Then he didn't say anything, just handed you a mug and sat next to you until your chest stopped shaking. He was always so good at that, staying. And now the air between you feels different. Not tense, just charged. Not loud, but aware. Like your body finally caught up to something your heart has always known. And your mind kept tucking away for later. Let yourself breathe now, slow, like you just walked in from the cool night air. Like your shoulders are still holding stories. Like part of you is bracing to be seen. And the other part is whispering, please, just look. He's in the kitchen, back turned, still. You're watching him like you've never seen him before. But you have, 100 times, 100 nights. You just weren't ready to admit it then. There's a beat, a moment, and then he turns, glass in each hand. And when he hands one to you, your fingers touch again. And still, Neither of you pulls away. Not this time. Yes, let's step closer. The glass is cold in your hand. He's just a few steps ahead of you, turning off the light in the hallway, grabbing the old throw blanket from the back of the couch, the same couch you've sat on 100 times. But this time, your body doesn't want to sit on the other end. You both lower into the cushions, not far apart, not touching, but closer than usual. The blanket spreads across both your laps. You feel the edge of it graze your thigh, and his leg just barely touches yours. Neither of you comments on it. Neither of you moves away. And that's when your chest tightens. Not with fear, with attention. Your body is paying attention now. Let yourself drop into the moment. Feel the softness of the blanket against your fingers. Feel your shoulders relax into the back of the couch. Feel the subtle shift in your core, the one that only happens when someone you trust suddenly starts to feel like something else. He says something. You hear his voice, low, familiar, not performing. But this time it lands deeper, like your skin is listening too. You respond softly, a smile, a half laugh. But there's something in your voice now, a curve, an opening, and he hears it. The space between your legs isn't wide anymore. The blanket's weight has settled over you both. One of his hands rests on his own knee, but then he shifts, just slightly, so his pinky finger brushes your thigh. Still silence, but now it's thick. And you don't flinch. You don't freeze. You let the contact stay. And you feel it. Not just where he's touching you. Everywhere. Let your breath deepen now. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Your chest rises. You feel the air catch, and you realize you haven't been this close to someone without having to explain yourself in a long time. You glance over. He's watching you, not staring, not searching, just watching. Like maybe he's been doing it all along. You just weren't ready to see it. And in that still moment, you know this is different now. Not because either of you said it, but because your body feels it. And his body isn't pretending not to notice. The house is silent now. Not just quiet, silent. Like it's holding its breath with you. Your legs are angled toward him. His hand hasn't moved from your thigh. And something in your chest is buzzing. Not fear, not nerves, just readiness. He says your name, softly, like a question he's never dared to ask out loud. Like he's asking if this is real. And all you do is nod, just once. That's all it takes. He shifts closer. His knees touch yours fully now. His hand moves up gently to your face. Fingers curled along your jaw. Thumb against your cheekbone. Palm cupping like it's done this in dreams. And for a second, he just looks at you like he wants to memorize this version, the one that finally let him in. You feel the heat between you bloom, but there's no pressure, no urgency, only presence, only him. And then his forehead rests against yours. You inhale, deep, slow. Your lips part, not to speak, just to breathe. And he kisses you. Not a test, not a tease, not a rush to get somewhere else. He kisses you like he already knows what you taste like he's missed it for years. Like the space between your mouths was the final thing keeping him from home. His mouth is soft but sure. No hesitation, no panic, no showmanship. Just knowing, just you. He kisses the corner of your mouth, then your top lip, then deeper, just once, with heat and history. And when he pulls back, you chase it, just enough to make him smile. You're both quiet again, but the silence has changed. It's not potential anymore. It's permission. You press your forehead to his, one hand on his chest, the other at the back of his neck. He holds you like he's never letting go. Not possessively, just finally. Like he was always waiting for you to feel safe enough to say yes without a word. You lean into him now, not as a test, not to be chosen, but because you already are. And this isn't the beginning of something. It's the recognition of what's always been there. And now, finally, allowed to exist. Your breath is still unsteady, not from panic, from peace. The kind of peace that only shows up when something you've longed for finally happens. And it doesn't ruin anything. It just makes it quiet. His arm is still around you, the other hand tucked between your back and the couch. You feel his heartbeat through his shirt, the warmth of his thigh beside yours, the pull of gravity easing you into him. You haven't said a word since the kiss, and neither has he, because there's nothing to explain. And that, more than anything, makes your whole body relax. Let yourself breathe now. Inhale through your nose. Let it fill your belly. Hold. Exhale through your mouth, like you're blowing out a candle inside your chest. Again, slower. This isn't adrenaline. This isn't fear. This is landing. He shifts slightly, and you feel it before you see it. His hand moving to the back of your head, fingers gently threading through your hair, cradling, not controlling. He presses his lips to your temple, not as punctuation, not to escalate, just to stay there. The blanket slides higher. He pulls it over your shoulders. One long, slow movement, like he's covering you in memory. Like he's finally letting himself keep you warm. You tuck your legs beneath you, your knees resting against his thigh, your hand at his chest now, flat, soft, open. And he just holds you, fully clothed, fully aware. Like there's nowhere else he'd rather be. Like he's waited years to simply sit like this. You close your eyes, not to sleep, just to rest in the darkness. His thumb brushes behind your ear, slow, mindful, and your lips part slightly as you exhale. Let your body melt here. Let your thighs release. Let your stomach stop pulling in. Let your spine curve into the cushions. Let your jaw go slack. Let your hands stop proving anything. There is nothing to perform. Just breath, just skin, just safety. You feel him press his forehead to yours again, a whisper of a smile on his lips, and then, finally, he speaks again. Just one line. You can sleep here. I'm not going anywhere. And you believe him, fully, for the first time in maybe ever. The room is dim now. You can still hear the clock ticking, the fridge hum, the rustle of the blanket with every shared breath. But most of all, you feel him, not pressing, not pulling, not asking, just holding. You whisper, "Don't let go." And he doesn't answer. He just doesn't let go. The house is still. Outside, the night has thickened. Crickets drone softly through the open window. Somewhere in the distance, a tree creaks. The world keeps turning, but in here, everything is quiet. You're wrapped in his arms now, not pulled, not pinned, just gathered, like your body was always meant to fit this way. You shift once more, a small movement, a sigh against his chest, and his arm tightens, just slightly. You're not going anywhere, and neither is he. Not tonight. Let yourself drop in now. Let your body grow heavier. Not tired, just safe. Feel his thigh beneath yours. Feel the blanket around your shoulders. Feel your cheek pressed against the soft cotton of his shirt. Feel his fingers tracing small circles on your back. No pattern, no rush, just rhythm, like he's writing lullabies on your spine. Let your breath find its own rhythm. Nothing to force, nothing to fix. Just in and out. Again. He says nothing. He doesn't need to. His silence says everything. That you're allowed to rest. That your softness is safe here. That your story isn't too much. And that this moment, this still, quiet, nothing left to prove moment is yours. Let your arms go slack now. Let your legs lose tension. Unclench your hands. Soften your forehead. Unhook your jaw. Unwind your spine. You are being held. No one's waiting on you. No one needs anything. There is no next step, no climax, no finish line, just this peace. He kisses your hair, then rests his chin on top of your head, and his breath, that low, warm exhale, melts across your scalp like the softest answer to a question you stopped asking long ago. You could stay like this forever, not because it's fantasy, because it finally feels real. You feel your mind start to drift, not because you're bored, not because you're checked out, but because for the first time in a very long time, you don't need to stay alert. You can rest fully, deeply, completely. Your breath slows. Your thighs fall open slightly under the blanket. Not invitation, not performance. Just the body unguarded, safe, soft, steady. He whispers, "Sleep, I've got you." And you do. You let yourself fall, eyes closed, muscles loose, mouth slightly open now, like the last door finally unlocked. And you sleep, not to escape, but to return to yourself, to him, to this quiet, sweet gravity. Next time, you won't be in this house. You'll be somewhere cooler, sleeker, quiet but pulsing. He'll be there already, tucked behind glass and code, pretending he's just troubleshooting. But you'll know by the way his eyes linger, by the pause before he speaks, by the heat in the silence. He's not just fixing something. He's waiting for you to break.